Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to this RGL.GG Invite Highlander match. We're in Season 17, Week 3, and we're watching Run It Back take on squirtyay on Koth Proot. I am Alto, joined by Zag to my side, Dolphin behind the camera, as always. Zag, how you doing tonight?
Doing good. Excited to see if our season's protagonist, squirtyay, can get their first win on cast after 3 weeks. But I'd say they have a pretty good shot tonight based on their opponents. Running back are up 2-0. They do have a very good record, but a lot of those matches not the most difficult in terms of team caliber. So we'll see if they can continue that hot streak and stand up to squirtyay.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to take the rosters right from the start here because I think that it's going to be a big narrative in the part of this match. So on the side of Rib, it will be Birdo on Scout, Mako on Soldier, Leaf on Pyro, Mori on Demoman, Chalk on Heavy, Gigi on Engineer, Foxy on Medic. I think we've got Poseidon on Sniper and Jay-Z on Spy.
And on the side of squirtyay is Yate on Scout, Dur on Soldier, Figsy on Pyro, Kira on Demoman, Dotwet on Heavy, Pickles on Engineer, Ray on Medic, Scouty on Sniper, and Pajaro on Spy.
Yeah, and I bring up the rosters this early because if I were to do a straight class comparison here, I'm probably taking Chalk and Poseidon, and I think that's it.
Yeah, you can make arguments for Jay-Z, but for the most part, I'd say that's an accurate analysis. Maybe Mori's been a better Delman than I would have expected, in the past couple seasons, so maybe can start contesting Kira, but moral of the story, squirtyay definitely has the stronger roster on paper. Their 0-2 comes off the back of, losses to Witness Gaming week 1, and who was it, week 2 that we just saw? Help.
They lost to Help on Upward, who Run It Back did beat week 1 on Product, so...
Yeah. Run It Back's other win being the bye week, so this is only the second real match of the season, so they still have a lot of... they still have to solidify their spot, I guess, in terms of the pecking order, where beating Help on week 1, yes, you can transitive property, squirtyay lost to Help, but beating a week 1 Help on Koth is a lot different than losing to the Help on a stopwatch, so Run It Back still need to get a bit of a better eye on them to kind of rank them in the playoff race.
Right, we've got a feeling Witness Gaming will be ending up with that 1 seed, but the 2 through 5 spots are going to be highly contested amongst the remaining teams. But coming into this, it's gonna, I think, be a really important match for squirtyay's playoff hopes, because a lot of people had them as potential favorites coming into the season, maybe even over Witness Gaming. Realized that probably wouldn't be the case in week 1, but there's really 4 teams competing for 3 playoff spots, that being Rib, squirtyay, Help, and Froggyland. And squirtyay have the potential to start out 0-3 against them, which immediately, puts them in contention for that 4th, 5th spot. And Froggyland, not having seen as much of them, not quite yet this season, we'll definitely have some games with them later on. Coming in from potential favorites to 0-3, 3 weeks in, not exactly where squirtyay probably imagine themselves here. So I think it's going to be really important that they come out strong tonight. I'm not even going to say get rounds. I think they really need to win this.
Yeah, if you drop too many match points here, especially if you lose, you can start... Those alarm bells kind of start ringing in your head of, oh god, we're down so many points. Playoffs are going to be a lot harder than we thought to get to. But yeah, squirtyay definitely want to try to get as many clean rounds on the board. A 4-0 is their goal here. But, they'll have to work for it, because Run It Back did beat Help, and, we can't completely transitive property the teams so earlier in the season, but Run It Back, they have something, right? They very clearly can play at a mid-invite level at the very baseline, so we'll see if they can raise that elevation to beat squirtyay, or at least, be competitive on Proot. And yeah, we haven't really mentioned the map yet, but Proot is back, and we got a new version. It's gotten a facelift. Looks really nice.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one as well. Proot very quickly becoming one of my favorite maps. Of course, the Invite may not agree with that opinion, but frankly, I don't care. They're wrong, I'm right, the end. It is a very interesting map because I think it plays a lot differently than a lot of other maps, where the main way I can describe this map is kind of like you're playing rotational musical chairs at almost all points. There are better spots to maybe default, there are slightly better push opportunities, but for the most part, you want to be pushing where the other team isn't. Defense, of course, has the inside track on all these rotations, but offense, should they happen to kill a spy, should they, use those rotations to bait them into a sightline, have ways of manipulating that gameplay, which is, I think, an important factor to note here, because I think as, someone who was involved in the testing on this map, Sniper ended up being a lot more safe of a class than I think we were hoping for on this map. That angle where the Sniper can stay on the little kind of roof in front of bats is really good for locking down a lot of area. So, kind of maneuvering your Sniper there, keeping him protected, and then working around that angle, using it kind of like a can opener, I think is going to be really big to see how both of these teams play around that class.
Yeah, to compare Proot to Product, the stalwart map, the Koth map that's been in rotation for years on end, it kind of feels like Product kind of falls into a lull state, for lack of a better term, where the gameplay loop is so played out. You know how 90% of Product rounds are going to play out. Teams are going to try to do the same pushes, the same sacks, the same backouts over and over again. You can argue its novelty from Proot being an infant compared to Product's old ass, but basically it just feels like there's a lot more gameplay permutations on Proot, at least to be discovered, so it feels like the map just has a lot more to offer. And maybe, a couple years down the line we're thinking Proot's solved, but who knows, things can always end up changing. Even in Highlander, a lot of the stopwatch maps have seen new wrinkles in recent years, so maybe Product gets that one. I doubt it.
Too. I mean, Product's seen the forward holds come out over the past couple seasons. That's definitely
people have been running the cliff hold since
but it's not
forever
the cliff hold.
ago.
It's the put your heavy on the boxes
hold,
on grass. Combo sits in main spawn. You have people grouped up on cliff, and sometimes it works really well. We saw I think we saw both teams in grand finals last season use that really well.
Yeah, I remember watching both teams use it and it fall apart actually when both of them did.
Feels like it probably fell apart a little bit more for Witness, even though they ended up winning, because I remember Team Fun, there were a couple times where it just felt like you're like, oh, is this where Witness takes a round? And then no, Team Fun just
go forward and get mulched, because that hold, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that hold's a bit overrated. I feel like you have a lot of the reason why Cliff Hold was so good is because it gives you high ground on 2 of the exits of spawn. They're forced to go to the one low ground exit that's lightly guarded, and then you have the best back out. Backing out from cliff to point is the best back out, because there's no chance you can get sniped crossing, there's no chance you can get bombed because you're going from high to low. The soldier has to go from low up to high to see you. It just feels like cliff was so much more stable, and this new hold is kind of like an attempt to recreate one that has like more of like a baseline value, because the problem with cliff hold back in the day was that if you didn't get to those spawn gates in time, then you could get herded into a corner. But it felt like the good teams knew how to abuse that, and we just have a new thing that teams are trying to get good at abusing. Again, could keep progressing. Teams could find out how to make that forward hold really good. But enough about a different map, because we do have predictions on the screen favoring Run It Back. A lot of people confident in the 2-0 team, even though one of those wins is a bye week.
I think, personally, having typed 4-3 in chat, I feel like squirtyay is a team that is currently less than the sum of its parts. I think that they have a lot of talent on paper, and judging by having watched them directly last week and seeing their inability to really take a strong fight against Witness Gaming, I need to see more from them that shows me that they're a team that can win rounds, because I go back to last season, there was for the longest time last season, every time Witness Gaming played Team Fun, they got to like double overtimes, but they never won the round, right? And over the course of like 2-3 separate matches on Koth, if you can never pull more than one round against a team, like there is a difference there. Even if you look and say, oh, all 5 rounds were double overtime, yeah, but if you lose 4 out of the 5 of those every time, like there's a killer instinct that one of those teams has that the other doesn't, and I feel like squirtyay currently does not have that.
Yeah, something almost or close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. If you don't get the point on the board, it doesn't matter how close you are. And there is sports science to that in a way, where like some teams just have like the clutch gene, for lack of a better term. They're able to kind of see their win condition as the game narrows down to its end and take advantage of it. And even teams like Witness, we saw last season against Team Fun, struggled at the start to make sure that they closed out those rounds that they were given advantages in. And obviously Witness got good at it and won the championship. We'll see if squirtyay can kind of improve as the season goes on, because we've not seen them be able to close out these rounds, as you're saying.
Well, unfortunately for them, I think they have their 3 easiest matches as their 3 last ones. So they may not have the benefit of time in order to fix their mistakes. I mean, I think they play Rib this week, and I think they play Froggy next week, if I'm not mistaken. No, they play MST next week and then Froggy week 5. So realistically, if
and
you know,
then
not
they
to
buy and
Real Friends, not to put MST and Real Friends down, but realistically, squirtyay has 4 of their 5 meaningful matches in, you know, they have their 4 meaningful matches in the first 5 weeks of the season. So they need to kind of shape up here, because if they lose this, then it really comes down to that match against Froggyland, where if they happen to go 0-4 against all the other playoff teams, that's probably one of the more disastrous seasons I can think of in recent memory.
yeah, that's a team that has, like, you know, championship aspirations, or at least like top 2, getting to the grand finals aspirations, maybe not even making playoffs. And that doesn't happen too often because of how, like, the normal skew happens in Invite Highlander, where you can pretty much tell which 4 teams are playoff bound at the start of the season, barring maybe the 4th seed, right? But for a team to have expectations that high from both themselves and those around them to fall to bubble at best, yeah, you're right. It's one of the, like, most underwhelming seasons in recent memory. But with
Order
that,
of the White Lotus, with Fallen Lord Melon and Exile failing to make playoffs over the Imposters. Probably the only one I can think of. But we are live, both teams coming into this mid. It will be Rib on blue, squirtyay on red.
yeah, both Element rolling out to the side of these shacks on point. We have Poseidon rolling out on top of that shed, but Scouty going onto the cliff. It will be no one going immediately. Poseidon finds a good snipe onto that heavy, flanking through the side. And now Mori going to walk forward, not having to worry about that big heavy weapons guy. Dirt Debt as well on the side. Flank domination coming out from the side. Squirtyay, and there's the snipe down onto Ray. Rather, it's going to be run it back, taking down almost all of the Squirtyay and getting mid-fight really easy.
Yeah, you saw Scouty going to Cliff on that mid. Not the biggest fan of that from the start, because it just does not let you see a ton of valuable angles. Can't see too far into flank, can't see the enemy team's, you know, stones, stairs area, like to differentiate the two sides, stones and leaves, you know, between the two kind of ramps onto point, but just not able to get those shots. And meanwhile, on the other side, Poseidon already on the 3K, gonna find a shot onto Yate. Scouty will get the first kill of the board for squirtyay with a shot onto Gigi, but only an engineer going down. Mako going to win the 1v1 onto Scouty underneath Cliff. So really not too much to come out of that sack. Fox is still sitting pretty on point.
Yeah, right now Square have 2 kills in a minute. And it's not, they haven't been looking very good so far. You mentioned, you know, the sniper going to the wrong place, the combo kind of just being out-rotated. Obviously, the flank fights have gone down in favor of run it back right now. We'll have to see what they can do, Square on this run-up. They're going to try and get this Uber forced out of Foxy. They're putting a lot of pressure forward, but good sniper from Poseidon, taking out the heavy again, and Foxy gets to milk this Uber even longer. Spy on the point, going to get taken down just before he can get that stab, and now the Uber is out.
Really actually interesting by Pyro there. He must have surfed something, because he ended up on the roof on the cliff side of point that normally his Spy wouldn't be able to get on, so had a much easier decloak. And I think Foxy might have been a little bit scared with the Spy coming in, just you know, getting that close. You're always wary of some kind of wacky trick stab going on, so getting the force out. But big bomb coming in from Mako, not gonna find anything. And now Uber popped out from Ray, but Yate dropped on that, no scout to chase out.
Yeah, I don't think they actually had to pop that Uber. I think a bomber was called, and they were like, guys, we're gonna push, we're gonna pop anyway. And they just kind of popped and really didn't get much with it. Now the repush is out from the side of Run It Back, although good kills coming in. Poseidon taking out Pajaro on the backlines, couldn't get that shot in with the revolver. Now they're gonna walk on the point. I still hear more headshots ringing out from Poseidon. He's on a 5K, making tons of space, and Run It Back able to walk on the point. GG not gonna be lucky on that one, taken down by the sniper, but Poseidon winning the SPS.
I think Scouty may have 3 kills, all of them on NG. As he popped out from Foxy. Mori jumping in deep, gonna get the flash,
Ray's
but
dead.
Mako coming in over the top, finds Ray on the back out. Poseidon makes it lucky number 7 onto Bird. Point's gonna go right back in their favor, and it's gonna be about a 20% ad for Foxy here. Dotwet trying to push up flank, gets taken down early again. Dotwet really not having any luck trying to find anything here, and Rib is coming out super strong here in this first round.
They're moving into these really aggressive forward holds through a flank side every time they cap the point. It's so disruptive because you get to spam into main, you get to chip people down, take down their crit heals, you have so many good angles to bomb forward and disrupt players like the sniper. We will now see...
Watch the rotate,
Yes,
they force him out on Cliff, and Mori now on point, getting tons of good spam on there. Scouty just gets double piped right off the bat. Beautiful coming out from Rib. Fantastic rotation. Big Z's gonna go down. Dur gets taken out. In comes a bomb from Mako onto Ray.
1 HP, dead.
Gets the rockets. One wall shot, one direct. Gonna find the med pick. They do lose 3 for that. So potentially something to repush off, but with only 10 seconds, the Uber.
Leaf's gonna get this Uber, they're gonna flash as many players as they can, they're gonna try to air blast them off the point. It's a last-ditch effort from squirtyay to run it up, but they can't get there, and that's gonna be round 1 cleanly in the favor of run it back. I feel like squirtyay might have been close to single-digit kills. They definitely have less than 15.
I would say so. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the logs on that actually sometime in this round. And I know, Scouty, I think, still only has those 3 kills up to GG. Poseidon, I think, got 8 multiple, high-value combo picks there as well.
Yeah, Poseidon's 17 points right now in a round, top scoring the server. So, definitely having a good first round. We'll see if they can continue the momentum. squirtyay gonna try it again, and this time Scouty shuts him down early. That's a great shot. This changes rollout spot to be able to get that angle. And now Kira, uncontested, gonna go on point. Darwet, easy kill onto Chalk. GG goes down, and this mid's looking much better for squirtyay.
Yep, that said, Mori gonna take out Kira. Dur dead as well. Bother, though, finding Foxy. That will be no medic, which should likely force Mori and the rest of the team back. So, as you said, squirtyay definitely may have needed a round to warm up there as they come out much stronger here. But Dur and I think Kira might have caught an unlucky spawn wave getting a little bit extended when that cap comes through. So they're only just coming up. Jay-Z already crossing. Scouty on Cliff, so not going to be able to deny the Stones push when Mori's walking up it.
Yep, and now aggressive bomb coming in from Mako, looking for anything, instead of going behind. Uber gets forced by a Pyro of all things, Leaves getting in the back line. Baharo getting a kill onto Chalk, that full overhealed heavy, not going to be able to impact the fight, and Uber being popped out means that they will defend for now, but squirtyay have to back up, regroup their players. Scouty is still respawner, but so is Poseidon, thanks to that kill from Dur, so we will now see run back try to walk up, but here's the solar bomb, Dur over the top, tons of damage, gets that pick onto Foxy, really well timed bomb from Dur, and the rest of the team going to follow suit.
Jay-Z almost just got a back cap in while all that was happening, but another kill onto Foxy means Ray going to continue to sit on an ad. And I just checked, said you were right, 15 kills exactly for squirtyay. 7 of those on Yate.
Half your team's deaths in that loss. That's pretty funny, but it's looking much better this time. This time they've already gotten a minute off the clock. Ray up on a 25-30% Uber ad. squirtyay deciding to start playing the game, it feels like, and now they're gonna have to disrupt this onslaught. All that back cap from Jay-Z makes it an easy recap, obviously, actually. So first cap of the round coming in for the side of Run It Back, and they are gonna lose a couple players. Mori is dead. No Delman is gonna make it harder to defend this walkout.
Yep, Scouty taking out Mori from that roof angle, gonna really stall anything that Rib has to really hold this. Point goes right back over. Dirt catches out Jay-Z as well. Dalva got himself low, but will not go down. Eats that sandwich right back up. Scouty. Now he's
Chalk's
the one.
Headshot 3 times this round.
Shooting heavies right here. Kira, though, explodes. Uber doesn't come out in time. Gate getting aggro here. Going to try to take out Mori and will find his man. But no other kills coming across. Still numbers for Rib right now. No demo on the defensive side. Scouty on Cliff. Gonna get forced back. Mako. Big bomb up top. Right on the fence, too. Will go down, but forces Scouty back, and that's gonna be the count coming back over.
squirtyay needed to contest enough to force the Uber out of Foxy. Instead, they got a free walk-up. Mako made a ton of space. Did lose his life for it, but, they did get the capture. Now we'll also have to see, do they want to Uber? And the answer is no. Run It Back just kind of regroup with their team, get that Uber back up. Chalk, yeah, a little
caught out of position, but, Ray's still only 50. So entirely possible they said, all right, let them cap it. Foxy and Mori look like they're going to come in right now. Let me take the super in with Birdo, and that's exactly what they will do. Jumping forward is Mori.
Ray blocks Ray! Into that pipe. Mori gets the med kill. Jay-Z with the assist on that dunk. And yeah, that's going to be a huge pick coming in for Run It Back to try and get back into this round. We do have our first pause of the night, so stalling just there. And it's going to be a recap for Run It Back here. And I think they're in a pretty good spot. They're obviously not favored in the round by any stretch. Still about 2 minutes down. Obviously, the clock's been actually it's a minute and a half down about because the clock's been ticking for.
It was a minute. They paused at a minute, pretty much exactly on. Jay-Z just crashed is what we got word about why the pause happened. But they paused.
Is that why he didn't backstab the medic? He body block. He crashed right in the line of sight.
Yeah. No, the pause happened with about a minute exactly on Squirtyay's time, and Rib is capping right now. So
Yeah,
at
so
the
a minute
very
and a
least,
half. Minute and a half then.
well, we're a minute
Deficit.
and a half in the future, so we know that at the very least this round is still going.
Yeah, the round's definitely still going.
Yeah. So not quite Squirtyay's comeback yet, but as you said, they are still in favor. As the
Oh,
that
I
must
heard
have
a
been
mini sentry shoot
that
one
was
bullet.
that was like there's a thing where you can do like a micro unpause to let someone who's sending client info join the server, which is what that was. So I'm expecting we're gonna see it unpause soon.
Yeah, and in this moment specifically, we're running back have, I'd say, their first advantageous spot in the round so far. You know, they have point, they have Uberad because that kill onto Ray, thanks to Jay-Z and Mako. I feel like at this point, they should just continue their forward holding, right? It's been so good for them in the first round. They should walk flank and try to displace these players here that are here without heals, Dirt, Dotwet, both here with no heals, not overhealed at all. I feel like if running back can walk here, displace these players, and get some forward position, they have a chance of holding for, another minute at least on this side. Remember, they're going to have the Uberad still.
Yeah, they will, because Ray just died, so it's going to be a decently long spawn coming in. Probably 20-25 ad, if not 30, by the time that Ray gets up. And I think Ray's on their own spawn wave, so shouldn't be anyone healing right off the bat unless someone's in spawn. So, yeah, this is definitely Rib's way back into the round. Yep, here comes the impulse.
Yep, Cap gonna come in. You can hit that reload as I carry this fight on the calm, but it's gonna be a bomb. And with Flanker recontesting for the side of Squirtyay, they're doing a good job, doing tons of damage, trying to jump in, and Foxy's dead. Dur finding another huge bomb, another med pick in this round to turn things back in their favor. Their med goes down, they say turn up the aggression, and it works out perfectly for Squirtyay. Scouty takes down Jay-Z, and Yate, we mentioned 7 deaths last round. He's on a 7K now.
Yeah, and I mean, just really great collapse there. Worth noting that the pause wasn't actually then, because it might have felt like Squirtyay planned out their bomb right there. But it was 90 seconds in the future. So that's going to be, I think, Uberad back in favor of Ray. My scoreboard's not 100% there. But Poseidon, great shot onto Dotwit, taking out that defensive heavy, always so big. Jay-Z playing around point with that DR, gets some forward vision. Gigi, the most forward person on his team, you love to see it from the engineer. Getting in deep, going to go in. Almost gets Ray, was one shot away. Gonna force the medic back out as Rib again does recap, but only 9 seconds now on the clock for Squirtyay.
Yep, very advantageous still for Squirtyay here. They are going to get this Uber up in short order. Jay-Z dead again, not going to be able to find anything for the side of pick classes on Run It Back, and now with man advantage, Uber advantage, they're going to walk a point. They immediately pop. Must have been scared of a sniper or something, but just going to try and get control of the point. Foxy is up on Uber, and they're going to pop back, try and get some of these kills. Scout trying to do some damage, but Birdo not able to find anything, and just gets destroyed. Has to back off the point, and they get no space, but it is going to be the side of Squirtyay trying to walk back up. Poseidon, huge snipe onto Kira, taking down that demo man, and now Mori gets to walk forward and unleash L upon these players in the staircase.
Yeah, and Poseidon now winning the SVS onto Scouty, means they can play as wide as they need to. Mori fears no sight lines. Walking up, gonna hit Yate out, barely escapes with his life. Gonna run down, get that pack, but Jay-Z, I think, just spawn camped Kira coming out of main. That's another dead demo man, and that's just gonna extend this time. Only 9 seconds left for Squirtyay, but they've about milked a minute already. Chalk going down, gonna be the most notable death they've had so far, but Dur also gonna go down. Scouty, though! Huge shot onto Foxy, patching them out, and that's no medic, means and Pajaro right onto the side and 2 on the dispenser.
Yeah, that one's for the
prime
backbreaker. It's a 6v6, but Squirtyay up on heals, up on faster spawns, and going to be up on Uber soon. They need a huge play from anyone to try and get this one down. Jay-Z going for the stab on the sniper, can't find it. They're walking onto point, trying to get this recapture. 8 seconds left on the clock when they do, but Leaf does a great job denying for now and stays alive forever. Uber going to come out, but it is going to be only 5 players alive left to run it back. They got no one left to try and get it up here. It's just going to be the Scout and Demo. They're doing damage, though. Figsy going to die, but here is the cavalry for Squirtyay, taking down these remaining players, and that's going to be the win. Tied up at 1 apiece now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yate 26 points.
Yeah, feels like a bit of a courtesy round, that first one from Squirtyay there before the match begins in earnest. And I mean, really just night and day though. I mean, they're able to get so much done. Foxy didn't die at all in the first round, probably had 4, maybe even 5 deaths in that round. And I mean, still close, so Rip definitely still playing well. but squirtyay, I don't think really were themselves in that first round, and now things are a little bit closer. But Poseidon opening up in the scout.
They're so aggressive. They're so aggressive.
Stones.
Everybody just walking forward on that mid. They get Yate, they get Big Z, and with that SVS win, it's going to be run it back favored in this mid. Flank, though, does go in favor of squirtyay with Dur taking down Chalk. There is the soldier in behind, and Dur looking above the top. Good reflect from Leaf, just denies that soldier in the face, and that's going to be Cap. Full run it back, winning this mid again.
Yep, Ray did escape though. Slight disadd to Foxy, but shouldn't really matter. The point can be hold on point right now. So Foxy just able to play with the relative cover of the point right there. Pyro gonna get finished off.
Did he kill by him? He said, oh, it's gonna Uber's popped out on point for both sides here, as no one gonna die directly in this exchange. Uber's now over, no one is shiny anymore. Flank control being held by the side of squirtyay, trying to walk up and get angles onto the point here. Jay-Z looking to frontline a bit. Birdos gets shredded by the heavy. Dawet tracking that scout on the rooftop and gonna kill Jay-Z as well. So Dawet, 2 big openings.
Yep, that said though, not a lot of ground. Maybe more a bit of a delayed push, but here gonna get sniped out. Poseidon finds the scout and demo. That's one way to stifle the push. Pajaro gonna go down again. Cap time may still come through though, but Mori walking up, gonna block it, finds another kill onto Pickles, and Poseidon once again, the hero his team needs, getting that guy's double kill.
Oh,
and Figsy, oh, no shot.
Yep, sticky at the feet, can't reflect that one. Mako in behind, bombing onto this medic. 1 HP, surfs out. Ray, fantastic. But Mako has the chase. Last rocket misses it, but gets the second one. That was a hell of a ride there from start to finish. Oh, Ray did such a good job surfing that one out, but it was not to be. No one could defend her.
That's one of those things where if I'm Ray,
so they get to rebomb on you.
We'll be like 3 seasons from now. I'm gonna be like, hey, remember when you let Mako bomb me twice at the same time and no one got him and he got all 50 rockets on me? Yeah, you guys suck. But unfortunately, the Uber will come out. Mori jumping forward, not going to be able to find anything on Ray. Safely back into win, but Mako coming around the top, gonna find 1 kill onto Kira, gets the pack, but Big Z catches him out. Will be forced to jump out right into the mini craters before getting to the pack. So Uber ad for Ray. No disaster gonna happen this time. As for like you look at the first half of the round, but we are more than 2 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, but not even yet, as Figsy gonna die to trying to reflect the spam from Mori. Mori's just been unloading the pain over Kira as well. Mori's dominating in these choke points as the Scottish demo man, just doing so much work with these sticky bombs, and Recap immediately comes back in for the side of run it back. Only 15 seconds gotten for squirtyay, and they have nothing going in this round at all.
As the Scottish demo man, I see you there, Zach. Good one. No, but I mean, there's something that I tell the teams that I do map reviews on for this map on, is that on Lakeside, a lot of the times you don't mind playing on the stairs. You have good coverage. I'll finish this. Uber comes out. Gonna be a big jump in from Kira. Not gonna find anything on it though. Counter pop on point. Way better right now for Rib. Only the mini gonna go down in that exchange, but that favors the team with the point already though. That said, Kira, ooh, great death by Mori. Finds Kira with a trap. Dawet gonna lose the 1v1 on flank as Gate goes down too. Pickle's gonna be next. The dominoes are falling. Lots of cap time, but not a lot of players. Scouty, big pick onto Mori though. Dur's gonna find Chalk. They might get the cap.
5v5. Everyone's going to collapse on this point for it. Birdo is here. The scout overkill going to be doing a lot of work, but that mini sentry is such a pain to deal with. Has to back off, back to the beam. Mako over the top, doing work, trying to bomb the mini. Gets it pretty low. Will stay alive for now. And there's going to be a recap coming in for squirtyay here. 80% Uber on Foxy, only 65 for Ray, so they will be advantaged in this repush. A lot of players in behind. Jay-Z gets counter espionage by Pajaro. No spy threat to worry about. Mako getting chased down by Yate. 1v1 goes to Yate.
Scouty also going to find a pick onto Leaf. That said, lots of players still walking on, even though it's 7v9. Foxy has Uber. They will pop out. Ray has as well. Mori going to get dropped too. This Uber is doomed. That will signal the retreat from Rib. They signal the Uber there, but that's about all they do. Poseidon though on an 8 streak again. Finds Pickles and Poseidon, so that's 2 big zone deniers down right there. May see a repush coming in soon as Birdo looking to go right up stones.
Yep, they're gonna go with this Scout Demo duo. It's been such a menace. Mako coming in on the side, gonna be doing tons of rocket damage onto this heavy. We'll have to jump out, defended by Ye and Dur, bombing around the side, looking to get the sniper. 2 good rockets, taking down Poseidon, and Chalk loses the heavy fight as well. So squirtyay standing tall here, and Foxy dead again. Baharu, a 4K with this revolver, is a menace in the backlines, and all of a sudden, this comeback is very firmly on the table.
Yep. I mean, still more than half the clock to go, but Ray about to have full Uber, so if they can, avoid anything tragic happening there, that's probably another 45 seconds off the clock. At least, Scouty playing up on Cliff, Chalk just almost in that sight line, barely keeping his life, but Mako coming in!
Pyro bomb.
Jay-Z and Leaf going down, but the Uber gets forced out right there. Foxy now running for their life. Should make it out in time. He ain't not anywhere close enough to chase that.
Oh my god.
Huge bomb by Durba Poseidon. What the hell was that?
Just hits him on his head, flying through the air before he goes behind the roof. That was a great shot, actually, to deny that bomb. But, in the grand scheme of things, Foxy's already out of there, so not the highest impact of kills. Did look cool, though. In the meantime, Foxy up on this 50% add to work with. It's about 40%, actually. Going to be trying to bring their team up on the point and get this recap.
Just got killed by a pipe right there.
They're very low.
Poseidon going to lose that SDS. Feels like it's been a while. Scouty gets the revenge right there. Foxy on 85, Ray 55. They might just cap regardless.
Yeah, 90 on Foxy. Foxy needs to find someone to heal him, though. A lot of damage coming through on both sides, and the flank fight being won again by the side of squirtyay. Squirtyay is dominating their right side
Numbers
of the map.
in favor of Uber. Uber's going to get popped out.
Poseidon
finds the shot onto Ray. Pickles, Scouty going to topple. That will be the first half going over to Rib.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the scoreboard, and something that popped out to me is I mentioned that Mako or Mori's been like an up and comer for a couple seasons now, a gentleman that I think is pretty underrated in the grand scheme of things. Second on the scoreboard overall behind his own medic, 56 points. Kira is at the bottom on the side of squirtyay at 30.
Oh, that's not
your points doubled.
I just pulled open the log, Zach. That is not a favorable comparison.
Let me see.
Mori, 19 and 10, 540 DPM. Kira, 2 and 10, 291.
Yeah, I've been calling Mori's name a lot just because it's so obvious. The eye test just on this game so far, Mori is dealing so much damage across that point. It is so hard for the squirtyay combo to actually play fights out, because every time I look at them, they're just eating sticky after sticky. They can't get reflected. They're being put at Figsy's feet. Kira feels like he's losing every damage trade. It's just so easy to play a Koth map when your demo man is doing this much work.
So I was gonna come in on this point before, but the Highlander doesn't let you get too much analysis in during the round. The actual structure of the point on Proot is kind of similar to Lakeside, right? Really big flat open area with 2 kind of ways on each side up. The thing is that playing the stairs on Lakeside isn't that bad of an option because of how wide they are. Like, yeah, you might peek into a sight line. But other than that, they're decent positioning. You can change height really easily. Maybe it makes it a little bit harder to hit yourself or to get hit. Whereas in Proot, you never want to be on either of the ramps. You're either behind point or you are on point. If you are ever standing in leaves or stone for any time more than you need to, you are about to get orbital striked by 40 different kinds of spam. And I feel like the squirtyay combo maybe has not internalized that, because the amount of times Mori is just, lobbing stickies one after another into stones and is catching people, because if you land a sticky in the dead center of those stairs, it's going to hit all of it.
Everyone.
It hits all of it. And squirtyay is just hanging around there. They're playing it, I feel like they're Lakeside stairs, and Lakeside stairs are wide enough that you have room to dodge stickies. Not so on Proot. You either need to be in or you need to be out. And part of the reason why I think they were able to hold that point for as long as they did there was because the fact that if Rib capped they won, forced them to get out of the choke and play in the wide open area where you're not actually that open to sniper. The map almost forced them to play that better. Granted, eventually they're going to go down. It's hard to hold a point against an invite team for 2.5 minutes consecutively. But if they can kind of take what they did in those last 2 minutes and just play on point more, when you're pushing, you can't slow play it, have your demo sit in the stairs, get some spam out. No, you either got to be in or out. And I think the sooner they learn that, the better that they're going to be, because they have things coming alive. I mean, Dur is doing fantastically right now. Pajaro, when he's able to cross and not get caught out by some random nonsense, is getting kills. Poseidon, or Scout, excuse me, coming alive in the SVS a little bit. Poseidon still having one of the best games we've seen from him, but, the pieces are there.
So you mentioned that. I took a look at the SVS. Poseidon's actually leading 5-2 right now. Scouty did find a crucial one at the end there. I know which one is in your head, which is making you say that. So, Scouty is doing work, right? It's just Poseidon's having a great game. 23-7, 500 DPM. He's been railing off shots, headshots after headshots. It's been tons of work. And gotta shout out Yate as well. Yate's performance in the second round, I want to say, is what mainly spurred squirtyay to being able to win. Obviously, it was more of a team effort there compared to the other 2 rounds where they kind of fell flat. But Yate has been doing way better. We mentioned, 7 deaths, half his team deaths in the first round, but been playing very well.
Oh, no, Yate was half his team's kills.
Oh, kills?
Yes.
You said deaths there.
That's my bad then. No, they had 15 deaths. Oh, and I should have said they had 15 kills, 7 of them on Yate.
Yeah.
What I was intending.
Either way,
Yate's
been the bright spot. Yeah, Yate's been the bright spot here for squirtyay. Him and Dur. Honestly, the flank class has been playing very well for squirtyay, but not enough when your combo keeps exploding off cooldown. And I looked at Demoman v Demoman as well.
Not having that great of a game either, but
he's getting focused.
You can when your demo, when getting heavy diffed one way is not that great, but when the demo diff is going so far the other way, you can probably I have to say, you can probably chalk that up to, that Logs doesn't have a space made statistic.
Yeah, that's the eye test thing.
Chalk is the one dying a lot in these flank fights that are otherwise going in favor of Rib. But, you can forgive Chalk having that poor performance, as his team's up 2-1, and 2 of those rounds were pretty solid. Whereas Kira, I think, really needs to lock in right now.
Yeah, and something I will say is that Chalk right now is top damage taken in the server, and it's not even close. He has 525 damage taken per minute. Next closest is a 490 on Dotwet. So obviously both heavies taking a beating, but Chalk is kind of playing DK Carl heavy, right? Where he's just walking forward on flank, getting focused down. It's not the best look. He could be doing it at better times. The one where he gets caught out alone on point after the fight's already over comes to mind, but that's the game plan for Chalk, essentially, and that's probably not going to change anytime soon. There's no reason for it to when Mori's doing so much work. Just give Mori the beam, let him dominate on point.
Yeah, I don't think squirtyay has shown anything that's going to really make
28% heals right now. Chalk is 11.
Yeah, I don't think Chalk's actually almost bottom healing the team. The only people with less are GG and J-Easy. Which makes sense because Chalk and GG are primarily on flank together with Mako, so that there's your bottom 3, excluding the spy. But yeah, that is very low for heavy to be in. But again, I don't think squirtyay's shown anything to make Rib actually meaningfully change their game plan.
Yeah, exactly. They can keep giving Mori 30% heals and letting him dominate Kira on the point. And honestly, it feels easy to say, but if squirtyay wants to come out here and take some rounds back, get their 4-2, Kira needs to step up. This is not the kind of performance you want to see out of your demo man when you're aiming for playoffs in Invite. On a map like Proot, 2-10 with sub 300 DPM, when it's so demo man centric, it's so hard to win games against, upper caliber teams when that's happening.
Yeah, and it doesn't even feel like, I don't even want to say it's a DM difference. It just feels like the map. Almost everything bad happens to Kira when he's standing on stones. They are consistently just pushing through the same way every time, and it's not going well for them. Something has to change here, and kind of the benefit of being down rounds is that squirtyay has that opportunity. They can change things up, and Rib's gonna have to just, react on the fly until they at least lose a round or maybe take attack somewhere. But we are into the second half. It is 2-1 in favor of Rib. Could be the last half we see this week if squirtyay doesn't manage to turn things around.
Yep, same team colors, Rib on blue, squirtyay on red. Mid-fight popping off. Mako already going in, trying to bomb onto Yate. That's actually a really smart kill by Mako.
I love that.
Yeah. In the back, the Poseidon's dead.
Shot. Dur got a whip kill onto Poseidon. Dur and Cairo are going to go down, so lots of frags on both sides, but losing that sniper going to be really important. Scouty now probably the most important man on the map. One shot onto Berto. I think that likely is going to push it in favor of squirtyay here. Mako coming in from Mori. Finds Ray with the pipes. Art Suspanion right now gets the blind pipe over Stones. Gets the med kill, and that's thought it was in favor of squirtyay, but Rib's going to take it right back.
Yep, Mori, so much space to work with on point. Paharo, good kill into Poseidon. Yeah, Poseidon was forward trying to look for the angle up to bats, but just too far forward out his team goes down. Mori gets sniped as well. Scouty shutting down that Demo Man problem, and though the first cap goes to run it back, recap gonna come in, but it is an Uber force. They're gonna try and let him defend this solo scout Uber. It does get a kill onto Figsy, but not much else, and you know, they stalled the point for a couple seconds, but in the end, not much going for that Uber from run it back.
Chalk, hiding, hidden, crouching tiger, hidden Buddhist, gonna find the kill onto Kira. That is another forgettable death right there for the squirtyay Demo Man, but will go down as will Birdo. Poseidon taken out by Dur on Cliff. Dur now gonna jump out to safety as well. Looking like squirtyay has sharpened up a bit during that halftime. Jay-Z gonna start edging, but we'll get that DR popped, and with no sniper, not as much to fear for squirtyay.
Yep. Daw went low, has to back off, but there's Mori dead again. Scouty coming alive in this half, doing tons of work onto this combo. Here's a bomb coming from Dur, does end up getting out to safety again, and Scouty still railing off these headshots, takes down Mako. Paharo gets the spy kill onto Jay-Z.
Through Kira on lock and load now too.
Yeah, both teams have Uber. It's gonna have to be a pop, but no, they don't want it. Run it back, gonna back up and regroup with their team. They figure don't want to have another bad Uber like they had previously, so just gonna see if they can make this one work. They are gonna regroup onto the bat side and try to roll out pop Uber across right side. We'll see if they can get any damage done.
Yep, Jay-Z behind on bats, gonna sap that
Birdo's
tally,
dead, they
takes
drop
the
Birdo.
fight.
They
Yep.
can't chase.
Yeah, that's it. Uber's gonna go likely in favor of squirtyay. Paharo in on bats, gonna find Gigi. Still alive as well.
And again, flat Uber.
More.
Uber gets nothing once more for run it back as they get pushed back to their spawn. Time lead now firmly in favor of squirtyay. They did get Scouty and that Uber, but will be on the respawn shortly, teleporting back to the front lines. And squirtyay, they're looking a lot stronger. You can say a lot of it is Paharo and Scouty, currently 13 and 10 points respectively. Kira, though, doing a lot better than he was in the first half. We'll see if they can keep up that momentum. Right now, run it back are going to walk up to the point right side, trying to contest it. Bomb across from Mako, looking for that sniper, and 2 rockets Scouty.
Yeah, Poseidon got stabbed right as that happened though, so no snipers on either side. Mori gonna get taken down, and the lock and load finds the lead. Can't reflect that faster pipe.
Fox is dead.
Dur, yep, gonna clean up Foxy as well. And I mean, more than anything, look at the scoreboard. Guess who's bottom scoring? That is Poseidon. He has not been allowed
shut
to
down.
exist. Dur and Paharo have been hounding him this entire round.
1
and without the
point.
picks he's been providing, that's enough to tip things back in favor of squirtyay.
Now we'll see if he can get on the board in any meaningful way as this round nearing its ending point. A lot of damage on the point, but full Uber had by Ray. Going to be able to hold this and pop whenever they need it. Jay-Z is dead. Bomb forward, try to force it. It is going to be the Uber out, trying to get as many kills as they can. Mako, Chalk, Mori, all going to go down. Foxy is out of dodge for now. The question is, how much does it matter? They got 30% Uber, but need to contest within 30 seconds.
Yeah, not... Oh, though, a bit of a forward hold coming in right here. I like this.
I like it,
with
yeah.
such little time left. Everyone getting up aggro onto
Scouty
back.
has an angle onto Chalk.
They forced him out Cliff. Are we going to see the rotate in time, though? This is what Rib did so well. But no, Ray going to stay on flank. Stone's now free for Birdo and Leafheart. They're really only the mini denying that. Not going to get taken out
Look
yet.
at Dur! So much damage. Foxy, 1 HP, has to go back to the pack. Dur staying alive for now. Both heavies going to trade on this point. 8v8 coming out. It's a sack onto the point for run it back. They have the point presence right now. 95%. They lose Mori again. Scouty doubles up. Dur is dead. Tons of damage, and the recap comes in, but they need to pop immediately. Foxy is low. Yeah, they have to trace down this medic, but no one in position. Has to be Jay-Z. Jay-Z looking for a duck. Seen out by the scout. Can't get that medic, and now Ray 100% gonna look to push for the win.
Really early pop. Don't want to make sure anything can happen. Paharo gets sniped out, but Poseidon goes down for it. Kira catches him out. 4 kill streak, double the kills he had in the last half combined, and squirtyay gonna come out super strong here. Tie it up. Poseidon still bottom scoring the server, and Mori right behind him.
Yeah, this is more what we're expecting from the side of squirtyay. And like, if you reverse these teams' name tags at the half, we wouldn't be able to tell that anything changed, right? If you turn off their X-ray or X-ray on them, it just looks like with Mori and Poseidon at the bottom of the scoreboard, it feels like squirtyay are doing everything right. That run it back work. As now into the new mid fight, passive bomb coming out, but Chalk dead immediately. As is Jay-Z, mid fight going immediately in favor of squirtyay, and they're gonna look to walk it up even further.
Yeah, flank control firmly established right now for squirtyay. Mako going to assassinate Dur in the middle of everyone over there, but not enough. Scouty finds the kill onto Birdo. That said, GG onto Paharo, Poseidon onto Pickles, but Mori and Mako.
Doming him.
Yep, both going down, so no real contest there. Foxy stayed alive, has slight ad over Ray, actually. If they take this quickly, It could surprise them. I don't think they are expecting it.
Yeah,
though.
they don't have a demo or a scout with them right now, though.
This potential heavy Uber wouldn't catch anyone.
Yeah. They got Birdo, they're still looking for the demo man. Mori now coming in, but at this point it's too late. Both meds up on the full Uber. Jay-Z, big opening onto that heavy. That's been such a nuisance on flank. Both Ubers popped out on point. Good flash onto Birdo to save his life for now. No one dying directly in this exchange. This is 8v9 in favor of Run It Back, and they're going to maintain control of the point for now, but the Wrangled Mini being very annoying right now is Pickles with it. Jay-Z winning the Spy vs. Spy. It's happened more times than you'd think. Going to be taken down by Yate, but Yate is dead. Chalk with a huge shutdown, and this should be capture coming in for Run It Back.
Exactly, but Kira finds Chalk that lock and load really helping out, it would appear, by the better performance. Sicky's trying to come onto that mini, but they won't take it out. The Wrangler Shield keeping it alive. Again, they have point and they have Slide Uber ad, but they do not have numbers. It's going to be a recap coming from squirtyay, and I don't know if Mori can do anything.
Oh, just
gets
dead.
himself
Kira
on
demolishes him. Sticky plus lock and load one-shots him.
That's exactly what Mori was doing to Kira that entire time, catching him there. Now Pajaro finds Foxy. That's going to put the ad firmly in favor of Ray. Will be full ad, so expecting Sax to come in soon. And squirtyay really activating here. You mentioned at the half that squirtyay wasn't doing anything to make Rib change their game plan. Guess what, Zach? I think it's time.
Yeah, it has to be time. Keep in mind, we're tied at 2 apiece right now, so if this round goes in favor of squirtyay, all of a sudden they're the ones on match point. Run It Back on the back foot for the first time all map, and we'll have to see what they want to do here. They are at a minute deficit in this round. They need to force this Uber out if they have any hope in making this comeback. And it looks like they're trying to get some players forward. Pajaro decloaking on point, looking for anyone to walk up unsuspectingly. They are going to lose Dot Wet off the bat, trades it for Mako, so no heavy being available. Chalk going to eat that sandwich on the flank. Pajaro, decloak, not going to be lucky this time, but here comes the Uber in from the side of squirtyay, and they're getting deep onto this med. Dur just lands in the middle of everyone and destroys that medic.
Yeah, Dur really coming alive right now. Just been such a nuisance on Foxy this entire time. Mako coming in, great reflect from Pigsy. Mako very sad in that corner, but Mori finds Ray right through, leaves right there. No Pyro, no Sven reflected. So things might be looking up right now for Rib. We're gonna have an Uber ad here. They have point control. Ooh, I like the flank getting set up here.
Good bomb there from Dur to kind of try to stall them out a little bit. And here's the scout.
But Yate on Mori.
Oh, he misses every shot.
Protection from Birdo there.
Yeah, Yate had a chance there if he landed one more shot, one more clean meat shot. Might have been able to pick that demo man, but was not to be. And now will be regroup on the point for the side of Run It Back. They are at a 50% ad here. It's a minute advantage for squirtyay, but we have to see what they want to do. If they want to just sack or dry it. Looks like they're walking up with a lot of people onto that flank focus. But Poseidon, huge SVS win there to keep control of the sniper sidelines.
Yeah, Dur gonna go down as
not
well.
Not even fun sniper, yeah.
Only Pajaro alive to potentially shut down Scouty right now. Uber popped out. Big jump by Mori.
He's in.
To the roof. Yep. Ray not going to make it out. Great revolver work right there. Will go down, but more than worth it. Mako trades himself for Scouty as well. No sniper to pick up kills in that post is very important. So time, only 30 seconds now in favor of squirtyay. And still Uber ad for Foxy right now. So really, the order of the name of the game right now is keeping Foxy alive. Make sure you're able to leverage that Uber. Do not let anything happen.
Yeah, Mori did get picked there by some good scattergun shots out of Birdo, and with that, there's no demo man available for the defense to hold off right now. The rest of the team gonna have to try and defend without it. Chalk all alone, just trying to be the front man, just goes down for nothing. And now 65% up for Foxy. Dur in the back line, doing some damage, trying to rebomb in the back. We'll be there at a later date. But Mako, 2 huge kills into Yate and Pickles. That's big hit scan threats down on the side of
Gets out too.
Yeah, alive Dur, not so lucky. Birdo gonna chase him down in the air, middle of the bomb, and GG dead. No engineer either. It's gonna be bomb forward with this Uber charge coming forward, but Ray out of dodge for now. Jay-Z not in position to shoot her in the back this time. It will be the recap time, gonna be about even, but squirtyay does have the Uber ad here for the first time in a while.
Yeah, that said though, we're in a leapfrog spot right now, favoring squirtyay. Ray coming up on Uber, but Jay-Z, great stab onto Scouty, gonna keep a SVS in favor of Poseidon, and Ray needs to get this Uber and get it off. Where is he right now? Gonna come in from stairs side. Uber coming across, but they've only found Jay-Z with this. No real kills. Mori even in a great position to maybe capitalize on this in post. Doesn't get any damage off as the captain comes through, but Scouty finds Mako. But Poseidon finds Ray. That might be the sticking one. Time slightly in favor of Rib. Will go back in favor of squirtyay, but Foxy about to have full ad right here.
squirtyay should sack in to try and get this Uber and then play with the respawns. after the cap goes against them. They still have the point. They should just sack. And yes, they are sacking. They get the Uber out of Foxy.
And there's already 4 down.
Yeah, Dotwet with the flank. We saw him win the heavy v heavy before and just doing so much work. He's still alive. Dotwet is a rock right now for the side of squirtyay and will get out alive to boot. So now they get to maintain control of the point. Uber gets nothing for the side of Run It Back, and now they have their spawners up. You gotta imagine that Run It Back, they have to sack on here with everything they have. Dotwet still a menace, still gets 1-2. Dotwet doing everything for his team. Chalk cuts him down.
Yeah, they have cap time here, though, and the spawns will be in their favor. Pickle's going to get drilled down from long range right there by that Tomislav. Leaf corner capping on the stone side right there. So the cap will go through, and Ray had died at some point there. I didn't catch that, but that's going to still be ad right now for Foxy. So squirtyay not quite out of the woods yet. They only need 1 cap, but Uberad going to be in favor of Rib here. So Rib controls their own destiny. Scouty, huge SBS on the Poseidon.
Yeah, that one's big. That one's going to stick. Teleporter goes down in the backlines. Mako trying to get in behind. Will get the pack and stay alive for now. Flank control being held, but Uber is out for Foxy. Ray, 90%. Can Ray get in time? Remember, they can allow this. They can't allow this cap. They have to keep stalling it and maintain time. It is going to be the Uber. Ray gets in time. Yate walking forward. Kira trying to do some damage. Leaf and GG are both dead. Numbers add in favor of
Here come the kills trickling back in, though.
Look at Mako.
Mako is huge. Jay-Z gets the stab. The point, though, is so close, but Pixie not going to be able to find it. It's an ace. Everyone in squirtyay going to go down, and in a double overtime, the re-push, the collapse in from Rib is gargantuan. They're going to pull a full ace out and go ahead 3-2, putting themselves on match point.
This one is coming down to the wire. We saw Run It Back make mid-round adjustments there, just reacted to what squirtyay has been doing well, and both teams, counter-punching at each other. No team's won 2 rounds in a row yet.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it's been a full alternating every time. So by that logic, it would be squirtyay's turn to win right here. Mako going deep in onto Bat's gonna.
It's match point for Run It Back here. squirtyay has to win to extend
Great
this match.
Great reflex right there. Pixie keeps Scouty alive, and in the meantime,
everyone's dying.
Leaf and Mori, everyone is dying on both sides. 5v2 though, Foxy and Chalk gonna be the only 2 alive on the side of Rib. No one chasing out.
Chalk alive? That's a rare one.
Yeah, that is going to be Foxy staying alive. The slight ad for Ray right here, but again, they have the point, so nothing really to worry about.
They get the Bats walk off to the side of Run It Back. They just want to meet at this point, but I don't know if they're going to expect Ray to have a 20% ad. They'll say they don't want to go off it just yet. They still have a chance, but not going to get it in the end. Yate gets taken down. They cannot Uber their scout. Going to back off. Chalk just runs it down onto flank, and Dotwet takes down 2. Dotwet on a 5k. He's been one of the most impressive parts of this resurgence from squirtyay here. Jay-Z taking down Scouty, though. No sniper available. Has that Dom onto the enemy sniper. As now they're going to walk forward, and the Uber does get forced out. Ray eats a pipe, goes low. Mori taken down, though. They can't get the flash on him in time.
Yeah, big one to drop in there. Fire coming into the post. Not quite able. Yeah, huge reflect from Leaf to keep Ray alive. Foxy, excuse me, already have been low from Pajaro's revolver.
That would have killed everyone if he didn't 180 reflect.
That's a frag clip denied right there. But ultimately, the squirtyay in control of the point. Uber ad for Ray. Everyone alive as they're coming up right now. Shot super forward on the leaves, though. Ray hits so low. Jay-Z gonna get sniped off on great shot by Scouty to take him down there. And what looked like it may have been going in favor of Rib leads to 5 dead in a hurry.
Yeah, recap coming in for the side of squirtyay. They have time lead, they have control of the point, and they're even in Uber right now. We got no leapfrog right now. It's gonna have to be an even Uber trade, and Run It Back have not been too good in the even Uber v Uber situations. When they've been leapfrogging has been their strongest point, but Scouty just shuts down Mori again. Mori not having nearly as good of a half as he did the first time, just been focused down relentlessly by the sniper, and he doubles up too. Scouty is dominating.
Yeah, really flexing his wings now that he's got the space for them. So I'm going to take up the mini, which has been a problem, and Chuck finds a kill into Dur. So that could be the first thing opening up into flank, as they will start to walk up here. Not too much pressure on flank side, though, but Poseidon finding Kira. Been a long time since we've seen him in the kill feed, it feels like. As the Ubers will be traded out, really nothing going to happen other than Pajaro finding a stab onto Poseidon, but Kira still being dead is going to be a big one, equalized by Scouty onto Mori, though.
This
Don't
has to
think
be
there's
so
anything doing.
frustrating for the combo run it back. They just walk on point. Scouty guns him down. Leaf as well taking a headshot. Chalk taking a headshot. Dude, Scouty can do no wrong. And there's Dur.
Cleans up in main. Great jump in right there. Scouty gonna get the kill onto GG as well. As you had said, Zach, no one's won 2 rounds in a row so far.
It's looking like it's gonna stay that way as Ray 50% ad, a minute and a half time lead for squirtyay. It's looking like this round is theirs for the taking. Now we're gonna have to see some kind of a pressure, some kind of a break. Poseidon finds an opening onto Dirt, but they need more. They need to shut down Scouty. He's just standing tall on this roof over here. They'll be in his sightline soon enough, and he takes down Chalk again.
Yep, Chalk, again, not able to find too much. Wouldn't mind seeing some more flank presence right now coming out, but Mako gonna go around, finds the kill onto Pickles. No engineer as the point caps over.
Free recap. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. They're down 2 minutes in the round, though. They're going to have to pull a lot of, plays in a row.
Uber got
Kira landing on
forced.
the roof as the Uber comes out. Going to scatter them right there. Not even bothering to chase out Foxy, knowing they just want to get the cap back, get time, get themselves to overtime. And Mako going into the back, not going to find anything.
Yeah, recap in for squirtyay, but they don't really have the players or the position to keep staying here. They're going to have to defend this Uber, but Figsy, fantastic job denying the Uber. It gets nothing but that pyro, and recap comes in for the side of run it back, but this 40% leapfrog now in favor of squirtyay. We'll see what they want to do with it. It is going to be the portal coming out. I like it, and they're going to focus down Dalwet. That's a huge shutdown to find, as Heavy's been wreaking havoc on them on the flank. They're going to try and get some revenge, but nothing for now. They'll have to back up. It is going to be 80% up for Ray. 40% ad still working, and there's Pickles with the Wrangled Mini. That's going to take some focusing.
Yep, exactly. Lots of damage going on flank, though ultimately no kills. Pajaro finding Chalk. Gonna open things up right there. Birdo not going to be able to find him either. Gets away. Uber popped out. Foxy only at 70. Pajaro in, gonna try to get some revolver shots. Will be taken
It's 15
out,
seconds. They have to get back fast.
Yeah,
they
they don't
lost
even
a
have
lot of
time for the
players.
Uber here, I don't think. Or
Yeah.
maybe just barely.
Oh, they have no Mori, no Demo Man. They can't really break this open. It's just gonna have to be some clean picks from Poseidon. They need
Chalk
something
just
to open things up.
walking. Chalk with the walk gets the cap time.
Yeah,
They're
he's-
gonna
he's
get a
just
lot of it in right now.
Yeah, he's just
Foxy
holding his
gonna be
fist on
forced
the
to use
point.
on Birdo. Flash to save Mako. Keep as many players alive right now. Cap goes through. No one gonna get extended. Good for Rib here, but Uber ad 4 right and Scouty
Mori can't play.
again onto Mori. Not allowed to exist. J-Easy equalizes, but no defensive demo is a huge pick to find.
Chalk and Birdo have to take beam here. Here comes Mako doing a lot of damage. Figsy with one reflect, gonna protect their medic for now. They are out of dodge. If you are squirtyay, keeping this leapfrog is the winning play. 80% on Ray. It's a 30% ad, shrunk a bit, but still able to play around it. Mori is trying to come back, trying to do some damage. It hasn't been very high impact this round so far, but there's Chalk. Chalk versus Dalwet is gonna be huge here. Chalk gonna peek into him, and Dalwet wins it. Now here's the Uber coming forward onto the point. Poseidon dead, Leaf dead. This should be the round.
Yep, that will be it. We are tied 3-3. Golden cap coming in right now. The round alternating continues right here. And I mean, I think it really goes to what you said, Zach. If you just swap these two teams' name tags at the half, I wouldn't have known there was anything different.
Yeah, all the advantages that Run It Back had in the first half that made it seem like they were just the team today, the winning team today. It feels like those advantages are going against them. Scouty has been crushing it. Every time anyone peeks them, they are dead. 24 kills. I'm pretty sure Poseidon had like 22 first half. It's pretty much just reversed entirely. Demo Man, yeah, Mori 300 DPM, whereas now Kira's up to 450. So it really just feels like these teams swap places.
Yeah, Mori, I mean, 210, 516, really not much of a difference there, all things considered. Scouty probably doing better than Poseidon, or about the same as Poseidon did first half. I mean, Foxy actually less deaths than Ray, but just doesn't matter when the rest of the team is performing to such a level. And likewise, you even see Chalk flipped. Chalk now the one doing well, and Mori the one not able to get as much out. Dotwet, though, huge performance. Kira, after that first half, we said he needed to lock in 10 and 4. Less deaths than his med. Went from, it felt like the first one dead every fight. Kind of felt like he was in exile mode, almost. But, no, gonna really turns it around, steps it up, pulls it back to 3-3 on 4 deaths in 3 rounds on Demo 1 Brute is impressive by any metric.
And Dur's been a consistent factor for squirtyay all game. Dur's been Dur and Yate have been the two sticking points that have been giving them advantage after advantage. Dur, we've seen him come in on so many bombs and just destroy the enemy team on their backouts when they're trying to set up. Been such a disruptive force. And like you said, Dawet, I shouted out his name a ton during cast, but Dawet has been playing one of the best heavy games on Prit I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah, really, really been successful there. And what I'm kind of looking to see a little bit more is I want to see more flank pressure from these two teams. It feels like we see the two teams kind of, it's heavy versus soldier. Maybe an NG's involved, maybe a spy fighting it out there. And then the winner of that is just like whatever team's heavy or soldier survives goes on to bomb the combo. Just if they're holding on cliff, you just send combo and sniper onto flank. You get your sniper set up maybe in your side of flank. Let him look into the stones area. That's wraps.
Yeah, that's a good call because I would put money on the fact that there's not been a single sticky bomb or air blast that's gone down behind that hut in the middle of the point.
Yeah, I mean I understand that stones is a lot of ways the most direct way to push it, but I don't think there's enough pressure on flank side right now. Where like we saw Rib have that really good forward hold in the first round, where they go in, they get really aggro up onto squirtyay's bats, force them out cliff, and then rotate over. And I'm like, oh wow, what masterful gameplay! And since then, it's been like two big dudes beating the shit out of each other across stones for the rest of the game, and they've just been ignoring the other half of the map.
So I looked at kill logs on classes. So Scouty has 24 kills, Poseidon has 12, doubling his kills, right? I want you to guess what the SVS is.
Probably like 3-3.
It's 3 for Poseidon, 1 for Scouty. Poseidon's tripling the SVS wins, and granted it's 3-1, but Scouty's doubling his kills. What that means is that Scouty realized he got 5-2 in SVS in the first half.
Scouty is 7 demo kills!
Yeah, and he is avoiding SVS. Scouty is intentionally avoiding SVS to kill the more important classes. He saw Mori destroy his team, and he said, I'm gonna shoot this demo man at every opportunity. And I'm a spy player. I say sniper's a brainless class, and sniper mains over the years have been relatively point my gun and shoot at people only in terms of their thought processes, with a couple exceptions. Fallen Lord comes to mind, but Scouty's doing a fantastic job at realizing what his team actually needs him to do to win.
And that is kill Mori.
Yeah, you don't need to take SVSs against Poseidon if Pajaro can do it, if Dur can bomb him, if people can get on it.
5 kills on Birdo too. That is just combo down. 7 kill. His 3 most killed classes are Demo, Scout, Heavy in that order. Yeah. That is a clean kill spread. Meanwhile, Poseidon, yes, winning the SVS, but has 4 kills on Soldier, which not that Dur is having a great game right now, but not the kill you need to be able to win this last round.
Yeah, and I think if Scouty keeps this up where he just avoids Poseidon in SVS and kills everything else, which we've seen he can do, it is so hard to adjust. Mori had, comparatively to the first half, an abysmal showing in that one. Just constantly dead to sniper, 16 deaths, would have top death if not for a spy and soldier, which spy and soldier on Koth should be top deathing every time.
Yeah, but oh man, I can't get over that kill spread. That is so clean from Scouty right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Very
really
smart.
Finding exactly the kills his team needs him to really open everything up. And besides that, he doesn't need to win the SVS.
Yep.
Dur has 4 kills on the sniper. Pajaro has 4. That's 8 kills right there out of Poseidon's 12 deaths. So, the kills are coming in. He doesn't need to win the SVS. He can focus on maybe, bigger fish, while his scout and his spy, or his soldier and his spy, get the sniper kills for him.
Yep, and we are just waiting for the teams to ready up. It's a long halftime, but would you blame them? It's 3-3 golden cap. Next round wins the entire game. And we talked a lot about how match points are really important at the start of this game for these two teams. Like, squartyay, they want the 4-0, run it back, they want the 4-0. Both these teams already dropping maximum points even in a win here. Granted, in a loss, they've gotten maximum points too. So either way, these teams, they're not going to be completely satisfied with the result here, but even getting that 1-point win, because when you're in the playoff race, every point you get against your opponent is a point they don't get as well. It's worth twice as much. So winning this is very important. It's no surprise.
Think about it. Even if Rib wins this, right, and squartyay moves to 0-3, they took a round off of Witness, right? That was 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1, and
so
then
they took
one
a round off
of
of Witness. They got 3 rounds off. They got 3 points off of Help. They'll get at least 3 off of Rib here. Compare them to Froggyland, who they'd be presumably fighting for the 4th seed. Froggy already dropped 3 points to MST. So it's entirely possible that depending on, unless Froggy sweeps MST, assuming that Froggy is currently looking like the team to be the odd one out, squartyay may have at least gotten themselves 4th seed already. It's entirely possible.
Yeah, we might have a situation where squirtyay has the most match points for an 0-3 team of all time. We'd have to check on that, but that'd be funny.
Yeah. I mean, it would be, well, it would be 9 total is the max you could have. They're going to have at least, they would have 7. And the chances of a team going 0-3 in the first place is already low enough. While taking this many rounds even more so. So, they're not in a bad spot.
Yeah, they'd be in an even better spot if they could get this one on the board here, as we do have the ready up. Gonna be coming in. Remember, Golden Cap tied at 3-3. Next round, gonna take the match. Same team side's gonna be run it back on blue, squirtyay on red. We'll see who can come out swinging in this round.
Yep. As both teams come in, gonna be Chalk heading out towards flank, Dur and Dotwet as well. Chalk alone right here, gonna have to be careful with that, as Pajaro gonna look for a heavy decloak on the flank right there. That said, Dur gonna try to go for bomb, jumps out both Mako in deep behind right there. Jay-Z they're gonna collapse in on Dotwet, but Pajaro gets the stab on Chalk. Both heavies dead. Tons of frags going back and forth, but way better point pressure for Rip. That halftime certainly helped out the mid-fights, to say the least. They're going to end up with the cap 10% ad right now for Foxy, and that's about as well as things you could hope for. Poseidon, early SES win on the Scouty, what you want to see in a golden cap.
Yeah, that's what Poseidon's been doing
better.
Oh,
Yate just forced an Uber!
Yeah, but look at how far forward the medic is! Ray, dipping and dodging! Gets the Uber in time and uses immediately. They're going to try and collapse onto the point here. They have Chalk and Birdo dead to right. Foxy trying to get out here. 60% HP. Will manage to make it out for now and keep that 25% charging. So it is a recap, or a first cap of the round coming in for squirtyay.
That was so big by Yate. Literally just ran into Mori in a 1v5 on point. Got him low enough that Foxy felt pressured into forcing in what was really not a good Uber. They're lucky they're able to get the force out of Ray and even almost a kill there to keep things at least, even on the Ubers, but just really heads up by Yate to, almost assassinate the Demo Man. You gotta figure if Mori goes down, same thing happens anyway, just a little bit more delayed.
Jay-Z a bit off time with his team, going to be taken down by Yate for no benefit, as now Mori looking to try and get some damage down on these stones. And here's the bomb coming from Mako, just being a distraction in the backline for now. Mori popped out in front of the team and just gets taken down by Dur. Dur with a great rocket to displace that Devil Man.
Lots of damage on the side of Squirty. The Poseidon going to win the SVS. Mako in the backline causing chaos. So even with those kills,
burning out, gets an arrow, stays alive. But here's Mako coming in on Ray, forces the Uber immediately with 2 clean rockets. Poseidon gets the kill into Dawet as well, so no heavy presence on this flank. Uber now coming out from the side of right back. Ray dead.
Ray predicts mind controls Ray into the Mori will go down though. Kira catches him in the pocket right by Cliff. Cap came in, but it's gonna go right back in favor of squirtyay.
Poseidon, though, angle on the frog spot, looking to find a pick, but can't find the shot on Pickles on the fadeaway. Now Scouty walking up. Poseidon's 2-0 on SBS so far. Here comes Mako in to make a distraction. Gets a pick onto Pickles. Counterbomb, though, by Dirk. Look at Mako. Will go down in the air in the meantime, but a lot of distraction is made. Point nearly capped up. I ran it back. They will have to back up for now, though. Foxy on 60%.
Oh, and great on Kira to get those stickies in there. Kills Birdo trying to edge. The point is an inch away, but they're not going to be able to get it, and time is ticking in favor of squirtyay.
Yep, look at Uber though. Foxy up on 80%, Ray on 50. If they can get this Uber across point and get a kill, it'd be huge. But there's Scouty standing in, taking down that engineer. Not the highest impact of kills, but they got to be wary of this sniper. They will try to spot him out, be able to walk forward. Now Uber is up. They will hop across this point. They need to get the kill onto Ray. Who's in? Mori's in. Or Mako's in, doing some damage. They get the flash onto the soldier. It does a lot of damage. Pickles and Figsy dead, but Ray out alive, 95%.
Yeah, you needed to either, if you're Rip, you either needed to kill Ray with that or get the cap without needing to use the Uber, because the leapfrog is in such a favorable position for squirtyay. They can use in whatever right here. They already have numbers at. Mako is still dead. They're just going to walk. Birdo gets caught out by Yate. They're not even going to have to use here.
Yeah, they needed to force this Uber if you were to run it back, and now squirtyay comfortably holding with time lead and full Uber at it. Now
there
they're
they go. They got it off here.
Try to chase down Foxy. Foxy, though, great movement to get out of there into main, so Uber not the most successful.
Right in. Oh,
Ray's dead.
People there.
Jay-Z finally click on point.
Stab.
And with that, we're going to see run it back onto the point, try to get some cap back in their favor. They're down about half a minute and change, trying to get this one back in their favor. Foxy taken low, needs to wait for that pack on Cliff, gonna just arrow players in the meantime. And there's Poseidon, another SVS win. Scouty, he's kind of abandoning his avoid the SVS mantra that got him so far last round.
Get out of Poseidon's just hunting him down. Forward hold coming in. Thank you, Rib. Big bomb by Mako, but it's going to be, or Dirge,
Oh, they're
it's going to be
Ubering.
right for the team. Uber popped out. They weren't expecting it. Ray caught out in main. No idea they were that far forward. And Pickle's now coming in on Chalk. Gonna get the kill. Chalk, gotta hit the coax there, buddy. A little bit better traction. It stayed alive. But no, getting the kill on Ray there is huge. It will remain a 20% ad. They lose Chalk, but with the way that the spawns are working, they're not going to miss him for too long.
Time
they
just
now
ticked.
equalize time. They still have Uber ad.
Yep, time just ticked in favor of Run It Back, like you said, and they have control at this point. They have Uber ad. It has to be some big plays coming out of
And look,
squirtyay's
everyone's
players here.
coming Cliff. Mori's in position to stop this. Needs to get some good damage, and I think he's
Oh,
one
the
pipe from
Poseidon Jays are
dead.
dead. Yeah, they're already down
Mako,
2, and
though,
Mako,
gets in on
unsuccessful.
Scouty.
No, he's gonna go down.
He's gonna push this back.
Yeah, they do get the sniper, but that's about it. The rest of the players are falling in short order. Chalk picked off on flank, Dubwet walking there and winning the heavy.
Big bomb coming in from Dura Foxy. Taken low, will not go down. That Uber ad will be maintained. They're gonna go right back in with this.
Yeah, immediately walking onto the point here. Who can deny they have the pyro available? Figsy overkilled, but they just want to get out for now.
They're gonna try not to use him. The Scout Maker's dead.
It's such a good play.
It.
They need to wait for this Uber. Both teams gonna have it. Look at Paro. Paro looking to shoot the medic in the back. If he could find a force, it'd be huge, but only one revolver shot hit will go down. Gate dead as well. No Scout. They have to pop, but it's just a duo onto Figsy and Kira. Mako goes into the back line. The Uber is now out for Run It Back. 10 seconds on the clock. squirtyay need kills now.
Yeah, Chalk gonna be the only one they find right now. Berto has full control of flank. It is just a straight point fight. They're floating and Foxy gonna go down, but not the highest frame kill right now. Ray gonna be traded out as well. Both he's dead. And it is gonna be Rib coming back in. That decision to milk from Foxy was so big there to keep that Uber for defense rather from offense. And it will be Rib moving up to 3-0 off of the 4-3. squirtyay falling to 0-3, but a King's ransom of match points obtained in those losses means that it's not the worst case scenario for them quite yet.
Yeah, that was a great match coming down to the wire. Teams just winning. No one won at the end. No one won 2 rounds in a row. We leapfrogged all the way there and back. And look at the correct score guessers, huh?
Oh, I wonder whose name is up there. Huh, I wonder who's that handsome lad in yellow.
That was a great Proot game. I think with Proot coming in, more people are gonna start practicing the map, getting good at the map, because it's only been 1 season prior to this, so people are kind of finding their bearings on it. I feel like just from this example alone, teams have a lot better of an idea of like what they can do to secure win conditions on the map. We saw really, really high octane flank fights constantly between like the flank classes. No combo ever rotated there, but they were so focused on the fighting on the point. Both Devilman having their time in the sun. Logs up on your screen. Mori doing a lot better in that one than in the previous half number 2. Nearly 600 DPM. Chalk top deathing. What do you expect? He made space. He did his job.
Yep, space created. It's got to find some way to add that into logs. But, I mean, I want to point out, too, that as much as it was just headbutting each other on the stone side of point, every single time that Rib put that forward hold up on flank, really good things happened for them.
Yeah, especially that last one. They push forward and get the unexpected kill onto Ray, and that one kind of put the game into bed, That was the use your aggressive Uber. Yeah, that was use your aggressive Uber to take down the medic. If you don't get the medic there, then all of a sudden you're behind on leapfrog, and then who knows what happens. But yeah, really great time to pull it out, and it paid off everything that it needed to.
Yeah, and I mean, Foxy there, the decision to make sure that Uber got milked, also something really, really heads up there, because personally not familiar with Foxy as a player, but good things there if they're, because popping there probably means that round is
at least up in the air.
At least 50-50, if not squirtyay favored explicitly, because they would have had ad there. So that is such a key milk there to make sure that you keep that. And not only that, but it wasn't like they were just playing behind point, letting the team do everything. No, they took beam up. They postured aggressively, which scared squirtyay back because they were afraid of the over, but then just didn't use. So, possibility they get, there's an alternate time that they get punished there, but, risked it for the biscuit, and, tasty biscuit indeed, I guess. That really didn't go where I wanted it to.
It's fine. We got the final logs up on your screen. I looked at the overall SVS to make sure my counting was right, and it is 11-4 in favor of Poseidon here. Even though Scouty has more kills, more damage, Poseidon not far behind at all, and really, especially in the last round, took matters into his own hands, looking, searching out the SPS, realized Scouty was trying to avoid him, and took the aggressive angles to deny what was essentially just putting his team into the ground. So both teams honestly have players that made really good adjustments throughout the entire game. And honestly, that's what happens when you see a back and forth, no one taking 2 rounds in a row. Everyone always has an answer.
Yeah, it's funny just looking at the demo men because we've talked about them so much. Both of them only like 1 kill above their deaths, but Kira 17 and 16, Mori 29 and 28. Looks like they played entirely different games.
Yeah, it was entirely different games. Mori in that second half had 0 fun. I feel like every mid-fight, or every single point contest, we were just calling him getting headshot.
Yeah, the adaptation from squirtyay was to shut down Mori, and it worked, but Scouty was able to come back alive in that last round. You had a bunch of really clutch plays coming in. Jay-Z getting the stab onto Ray was really big as in that last round as well.
Jay-Z had a really good game quietly. Spy, when your stat line looks like 27 and 42, it doesn't feel like you had that great of a game, but I feel like his timing was very good for the most part. Multiple key body blocks, really good collapses onto the medic when it counted, and, not the most flashy game, but solid performance from Jay-Z. Paharo as well. Especially with the revolver, we saw him get multi-kills and clean up a lot.
Yeah, a lot of kills. I don't think we gave enough credit to Paharo because he had 9 heavy kills, and all of those are coming on flank, which then allows, usually it'll either be Dotwet or Dur, whoever survives that flank fight, to really get in behind and cause a lot of havoc. So getting that heavy pick really opened up a lot of things, and I don't think we maybe paid proper credit to it on the cast, but ensuring that the flank fight was always going in their favor, I think was a big reason as to why squirtyay won the rounds they did.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the remaining players. Dotwet, 330 DPM on heavy, 41 and 31 on Koth. That's fairly good game, I'd say. Different job from Chalk in that, Chalk was just holding W gaming, basically, but it is a really interesting game across the board. And yeah, 4-3 for Run It Back is the final score, so they're going to go up to 3-0, like we said. squirtyay, it feels so bad to start 0-3, but at the same time, like we've been talking about, their season is not over by any stretch. They have tons of match points from their losses. They need to clean it up a bit, make sure they sweep their lower-rated opponents coming up, and they can make their playoff bubble spot. And we'll see if they can improve enough to actually, beat some of these teams that are also competing for those spots.
And meanwhile, on Rib's side, I would imagine with 2 wins over other playoff hopefuls, they've basically locked their spot. I think even if they lose the remaining games, I don't think they're going to fall out of contention.
They've already had their bye week, so worst case scenario.
They still have MST and Real Friends to play, though, so assuming they win both of those, they're sitting at 5 wins. They're going to be in.
MST is not a guaranteed sweep, as we've seen.
No, but even if you drop rounds, if you win 5 games, I think, what's a 7-0, 6-1, 5-2, 4-3? Yeah,
you're pretty solid.
If you're 5-2, it's difficult for me to imagine that you're going to get jumped by multiple teams below you.
Yeah, you also it'd be really easy to get jumped. You'd be a manlet.
Did not expect you to take that there. Do we have any short kings on Rib?
I don't know if they'd ever give us that information.
Chat, chime in. Any short kings on Rib?
Oh yeah, but that was a pretty good match. It's 11 p.m. I'd say that's a good note to end it on. Both these teams showed pretty good performances. I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do from here on out. squirtyay probably not going to be on cast for the rest of the season. Maybe their Froggy game, but we have seen them 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I think I think the way the matches end up working, we'll see their Froggy game as well. But otherwise, I think their arc is coming to a close here, and we're about to open up on catching the rest of the teams playing. I think next week, is it Rib Witness? That's next week? There was definitely one next week that I made sure I had circled on the calendar. Yeah, Rib Witness is probably what we take next week. Everything else is looking more like a top team versus a bottom team. So, look forward to that. I think we have the matches pretty much planned out. It'll be Rib Witness there. I think we're looking at Froggy versus squirtyay on week 5. Then week 6 is Froggy versus Help. And 7, I think did we say that could be Help Witness or Rib Froggy, depending on. So get some drama in week 7 around who's going to be playing who. So that one, the verdict's out, because it'll depend on where each team is sitting, you know, how much has been locked in, how much is still to go. I'd lean Rip Froggy, because at least one of those teams is probably going to be fighting for a spot, potentially, but we'll see when we get there. That said, though, next 3 weeks should be pretty locked in, so great games to come. I mean, I think we've had pretty good, nothing's been a sweep yet, so we'd love to see that.
Yep. Dolphin, we got any sixes coming up this week? Tuesday, Thursday, we got sixes for you guys starting, tomorrow night, and then coming up on Thursday, you're likely to have Jarrett and Space Ghost, if not some suitable stand-ins for them. But if you like sixes, stay tuned for some more this week. And yeah, like Alto's talking about, next week we'll have another great Highlander match coming for you on Monday. You won't want to miss how the season starts shaping up. We got a lot of interesting matchups coming in your way.
We've got a 1 seed on Swiftwater. That is prime grounds for an upset, my friend. So, it should be good. But otherwise, thank you for watching. A real banger of a match tonight. And we'll be right back with you in a week. So, once again, thank you for watching. Have a good night.